In this video, we're going to take a look at the Textured Hardshell Case from Incase and figure out if it's the kind of case for you. Real quick before we get into the video, I have just started an Instagram account for the channel. If you care anything about seeing some behind the scenes photos or some cool tech photos, be sure to check that out. I'll have a link down to that in the description, and I'll even put a card on the screen somewhere for it, but the Instagram account is TechGear with Zach. What's up everybody, my name's Zach, and here on TechGear you'll find tech reviews, gear reviews, and some tips and tricks to help you out on your own YouTube journey. If you find any of that kind of content interesting, consider subscribing, and let's take a look at this case. So what I want to do is split this up into about 5 different topics for this video. The first one being the availability of it. The second one being the build quality and how well it's going to hold up or how well it is built. The third is how well does it fit the actual machine. Is it a good fit, tight, or etc. Number 4 will be my final thoughts of it. And number 5 being who is it for. So starting off with the first one is the availability. When I first bought my laptop, it's been actually a few months, I could not buy this. I could not find this case anywhere. There is 2 color options. There is the graphite, which is the one I have, and there's also a cobalt, which is like a dark blue. And that is the only 2 colors you can get with the Woolinex textured finish on it. And I could not find it anywhere. I ended up buying it off Amazon. I happened to find it in stock, but then I had to wait a few weeks to get it shipped, so it wasn't like overnight shipping or anything like that. I just kind of had to keep refreshing every now and then to see if they're back in stock. As of right this second, I think the only one you can order currently as of today of posting this video is the cobalt. The graphite is unavailable at the moment, but I'll have the links down in the description so that way you can follow along if you want one for yourself. Now as for the build quality, I believe this is pretty much on par, if not identical to the one I have on my Macbook Air. And it's been a great case. It fits really good. The only complaint I would have would be kind of in the dead center. Because this is spread out so wide, this is a 16-inch case, I'm sure there will be a little bit of flex or a little bit of instability in the middle of it, which that is amongst all the cases unless you get a really thick case. The inside is just slick plastic, and the outside has the textured feel. And I'll put a little texture comparison in the video here, that way you can kind of see what it sounds like. I know you can't feel it, but you'll have an idea at least of what rubbing your hand across sounds like compared to a slick case cover on my older laptop. Now the back cover, which is the bottom, also has rubber feet on it. They got all the way through and they're kind of plugged in through the side almost like a rivet. They're not just tacked on or stuck on with double-sided tape, which I really like. That's one of the failures I've had in the past with other laptop cases, is over time the feet end up peeling off and then you're stuck with a rocking laptop or something of that nature, which I absolutely hate. So this is the back. There's no branding or anything on the back. It's just nice and sleek. Just to quickly run off of some of the manufacturer details on the box, is it is a ultra durable Woolinex exterior, which is the fabric type feel. There is a complete form fitting protection for your MacBook, which means it's going to be a tight fit. There's ventilation on the sides for the heat dissipation. When the machine gets hot, it needs to breathe, and it's nice that they added those vent holes on the side to help get it away and not trap it inside the case. And it also says that it is airport security friendly, which I think just about any case would be, unless there's metal in it, I assume, but we won't get into that. Incase also has in the spec sheet that the whole case, front and back, weighs 1.28 pounds. If any of y'all care about that. It's really lightweight. I mean, like really lightweight. So it shouldn't add too much to the overall package. Now moving on to number 3 is how does it fit on the machine itself. So let's throw it on the laptop and see how it feels. All right, so we got the case thrown on the machine here, and my first initial impression is it fits perfect. It's every single millimeter is perfect on it, even down to the lines. If you kind of like look at the body of a car, if you do the same here, all the gaps and lines around the entire machine are like identically perfect. That's awesome. And also the middle, it firmed it up so much. This is not it does not bow in the center at all. And I don't know if it's just because this is actually a more beefy laptop than the MacBook Air. That is very lightweight and flimsy even in the display area. This probably has a lot more sturdier design just because it's a more professional laptop, I guess, the series. But I'm very impressed. Now this is a little different. On the back, the top does not come over the back, and I assume that's because of when you open the device up, you got to have that space. But the front has a little lip that comes down and covers the lifting point, and I kind of like that. Yeah, that's what you're going to be touching almost every single time you use the machine, and to have it covered from your finger scratching it or just overall wear, I like that. Now as far as adding to the overall size of the laptop, you might have added like, I don't know, 2 millimeters of width to each side, so like 4 millimeters thick. But overall, I'm very satisfied with the fit and the size of this thing. I think it's gonna work great for me. So my overall thoughts of this is it's an excellent fit, and I think it's an excellent size for what it's capable of. And I love the texture on this Woolinex right here. The fabric finish is great, and that's what brings me into my last thing I want to speak about, is who do I think it's for? And it is for me. I love it. I love having the texture. You can set things on top, like say a SSD or some kind of flash drive or memory card or anything of that nature, and it's a lot less chance of it sliding off even while you're transporting it through the house or wherever you are. If you are somebody who prefers a more hard shell, really slick finish, this may not be the case for you. But if you like a more of a grip and like I guess a fabric feel, more like a canvas feel, I guess would be a good word for it, then I think you would really like this case. And like I said, I've been using it on the MacBook Air for a few years, or ever since I've had it, it's been on it the entire time. I've now got one for my MacBook Pro, the 16-inch version, the 2021. Also, if you want to buy one for yourself, make sure when you search it that you put in the 2021 model, because this model has the extra ports. And there's a lot that you could find available, but they're for the 2019-inch MacBook Pro 16-inch. So make sure that you get the right year model. Alright guys, that's going to wrap up this video. If you're interested in one of these for yourself, a link will be down in the description if you want to take a look at it, or at least look at the options or specs. I want to know what you guys think though. If any of y'all have experience with this kind of fabric finish, I want to know if you like it or not. I love it, but I want to see how many other people in the world prefer this or a slick style case. I'll see y'all in the next video. Later.